Mhm. Good morning, you two. Good afternoon. How y'all doing today? Listen, I want to speak on this thing before I head out. I just saw this situation on Morning Joe. Usually I watch that first thing in the morning, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. But I just ran into it, and I think it's worth talking about. So I want to talk about Joe Scarborough and Morning Joe. Now, Morning Joe is the only show that I watch consistently as far as news goes, because that's the time that I wake up to walk my dog and all that, right? But I kind of lost confidence when Morning Joe, when him and his wife Mika went to Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. I said, well, I can't tell if it's me or have they tapped down some of their coverage since going to meet with Donald Trump. Since there seems to be, that's the only ones Trump is leaving alone. Pretty much he's messing with all the other journalists. He's leaving them alone. It made me suspect, right? But I'm going to play a little bit what Joe said this morning. YouTube. And we'll talk about it.
Cannot go community to community, street to street, house to house, and get the numbers that the White House is saying they want to get.
Hi, Tori.
Destroying your party politically. And we continue to still see videos coming out of Minneapolis. We continue to still see, I think, one of the most compelling videos and one of the most frightening videos, but also one of the most clarifying videos yesterday that I saw came, I believe it was from this weekend, but I'll get a confirmation on it, where a woman is driving down a Minneapolis street and cars are swerving wildly to cut her off. And what does she do? She's so lawless. Oh my God, she's so lawless. How could she hate the law so much that she starts calling the police? Yep. Think about this.
This is one
in America. In America.
Look at this.
Look at these thugs. Look. And he comes out with a gun and he gets in front of the car. They're pointing the gun. They're telling her to come out. They're yelling at her. So what does she do? She's desperately calling the police, desperately asking people to call 911. Get that, Republicans? She's not calling the National Hippie Network.
Can you hear the woman in the background?
She's not calling. Look at this guy in front of the car.
The gun.
Get trained. Get trained before you draw your gun, you idiot. But what is she doing? Is she calling Antifa? Fox News? No, she's not calling Antifa. She's calling the police, begging the police to come save her from what looks like a paramilitary legal force let loose on the streets of America to shoot Americans, to terrorize Americans on the streets of America. And the police officer comes, Mika, and he drives her home. He comes and he breaks up the paramilitary thugs, and it is the police officer, not Antifa,
the chief,
not the National Hippie Network, not leftists. A police officer comes and takes her home. Look at this. When these thugs come out of their car, standing in front of a car, drawing a gun, look at them. In America, this is happening. This is still happening in your country. This is an undisciplined paramilitary force that does not answer to.
Okay, so this woman we don't know why these thugs wanted to stop her. This woman, they chase her down in her car, right? This is ICE. The woman refuses to get out of her car. She tries to outrun them. She can't outrun them. She calls the police. They have to get the police out there to save her, because since they just had 2 murders in the last month or so, 2 murders, a very similar situation. They have pulled their guns, right? They're demanding she gets out of the car. They have these instruments that they use to break out her windows. She is actually in fear for her life. This is I would say a brave woman, right? Because she knows what they're capable of, for one thing. They all have their guns pulled out, pointed just at her window, just like they did Miss Good, right? And this is what they're going through in Minnesota. Donald Trump took his ass talking about how he gonna tap things down. He's only interested in the quota. He got to do better than Joe Biden, and he's got to do better with immigration than Barack Obama. Idiot. You have had a victory at the border, apparently. Celebrate the victory, because that's what your assignment was, right? You were going to address the border. You spent billions of dollars to build this senseless, stupid-ass wall. That didn't work. Apparently, things are calm at the border now. We're not giving so much people coming in, correct? But no. As long as Obama and Biden have higher numbers, he's going to release these people. He's going to incentivize them with more money. He's giving them $50,000 just to sign up. God only knows how much they get when they arrest these people and harass these people. And even though they just murdered 2 people in the last month, even though they've done that, they're not stopping. Donald Trump has not instructed those people. The one he's sitting in there, Coleman, he ain't no better than the rest of them. As a matter of fact, he's got a longer history of harassing and detaining and fucking with people. So Joe finally broke loose. I don't know if this is going to upset Trump or not. You know, everybody who comes against Trump has to be punished. So we don't know what the punishment is going to be for Joe Scarborough, right? Or what they have to do to stay on the air, right? Because apparently he's coming after every goddamn body. Came after Don Lemon this weekend, right? He doesn't care what people think about it. He don't care about the guy. Donald Trump is planning to stop. I don't know why, because he can't be elected again, right? But he has to maintain control over these last 2 years going to be, correct? So he has to control the midterm elections. Now, even though it flips every single time, it flipped like 92%. 92% of the time, if you have the Senate and the Congress and the presidency in your term, it flips. And people they want it divided government, right? They don't want people to be coming and just run roughshod over our government like Donald Trump is attempting to do. But that's what he wants to do. He wants to cheat again. He's a crazy person. This is somebody who is insane. Every one of these damn courts have told you lost that race in 2020. You lost it. God damn, what does it take, boy? Every court that you went to, every single one of them. No, there was no fraud. There was no widespread fraud in the election, Donald Trump. So you're just gonna make a new reality. And you don't mind killing those people. That woman was really seriously in fear for her life. What did she do? Did she run a red light? Or did she take a picture of them? More than likely, what she did was took a picture of them harassing somebody else, right? She had compassion. Listen, aren't most Latin people, aren't most of them Christian? They holler about what good Christians they are, how they love God, and how they're God's chosen people and all this shit, right? Aren't those Christians as well? Right? Yet you have no compassion whatsoever. Donald Trump ain't did a goddamn thing in Minnesota. Nothing. Why is it a coincidence that every one of these states that he comes after, every one of these major cities he comes after, everybody he's come after have all been Democrats? So who's next? Who did they say was? They said somebody was next, girl. They're going to Ohio. What the fuck you going to Ohio for? Forget the goddamn quota. The people, the criminals, they're obsessed with criminals like Americans are not criminals too. They're a whole lot worse than these few people. Anyway, let me think what I was just thinking. The criminals that they called Barack Obama the deporter in chief, right? They went after all the people who they knew were criminals who were on the run and whatever. All those people are gone, correct? Huge numbers, the numbers you're trying to match. Then when Biden came back, he continued to remove people who are the worst of the worst. So all those people are gone. So who's left, Donald Trump? Just citizens who have brown skin, correct? And it's all because you have to get the best numbers. You can't accept that they ran them out. They're not here anymore, Donald Trump. Whatever, child. It's so fucking depressing. How y'all doing? Hey, Torrey in New York City. Medusa, Itzy, Keisha. How y'all doing? What's going on, Miss Dovey? They are still terrorizing on people after they have what they're going through there. They have murdered 2 innocent people, right? And then bastardized their name, calling them all kind of goddamn, they're terrorists and they're doing all this shit, girl. And everybody's sitting there watching them. Millions and millions of people are sitting there watching them be murdered. It's unusual when you can see with all these cameras, watch a person be murdered. We saw that dude on the ground. They shot him in his back 10 times. And then you're going to send these goons that are still on the street and they're tracking down defenseless women in cars. What are they going to do? Break her window out scared? Maybe she have a fucking heart attack before you shoot her. They were pointing their guns right through her front windshield. So you did a good one there, Joe. I will cash app you in the morning. Well, thank you, Torrey in New York City. I appreciate it. Sunshine, Medusa. This is horrible. So much for land of the free. Ain't that a bitch? And they, the ones they already murdered, them was white people. Well, who is next, honey? Anybody who says anything against these thugs, these hoodlums, these probably the same ones that caused the insurrection on the White House and crushed police officers' head in the goddamn gate, damn near killed them, and some did die in that. Correct? And nothing happened. They all get convicted. They're all obviously are killers. What happened? Donald Trump, first day he gets in office, he let them all go, 1,500 of them. That's what's happened to America. People, I don't know what y'all thinking, you people who voted for Donald Trump. There comes a time in life when you need to be able to say, I was wrong. I called that wrong. Now, what do I need to do? What do we need to do as American citizens? It's time to put away all your political bullshit, honey. And ain't no reason for them people to even be in Minnesota. They don't even need to be there. Oh, they resisted. If you weren't there, they wouldn't have anything to resist. Right? Shit. Now he already mapping out the next cities he gonna hit. All Democratic cities. How in the fuck you're supposed to be the president of the United States of America? All of America, you're the president of all of it, Donald Trump. You're not in a campaign. It's not us against them. Stupid motherfucker. No wonder Joe lost it. So much for the Statue of Liberty, honey. In a country built on immigrants, immigration. They act like, oh, there's too many of them now. They're going to be the majority. So what? They are our closest neighbors. Of course, they're going to have more immigration from there than anywhere else. They always want to present like Mexico like it's some kind of goddamn third world country or something, girl. I'm a person who watches a lot of HGTV, girl, and I say, well, that is one beautiful country. They got a lot to offer. All of them are trying to get over here. Everybody wants to be in America. We got to protect ourselves against them. Well, there's a whole lot of Americans in Mexico as well. What have they treated them the way you treat their immigrants? What's wrong with immigration? How do you build in America? I'm just curious. Pretty lips. National Guard is still here in Washington. National Guard is still there. The mayor had them to shovel snow so that they would stop harassing us. Child, they were, at first they had them cleaning off graffiti, right? Now they shoveling snow. They had all them people in LA, honey, just laying around on the benches and shit. Didn't even have a hotel room. For what? Oh, because I gotta get more out than Barack Obama. And then he got that Stephen Miller, who is nothing but a Nazi, a fucking Jewish Nazi. What kind of sense does that make? Calm myself down. Russia had just attacked Ukraine overnight. I thought he was going to end that war in the first day. No effect on it at all. He's always admired Putin. He wants to be a Putin. He wants 3 people to run the whole goddamn world, right? I'm just saying that's how Donald Trump. I don't know why he's doing any of this anyway. He's obviously on his deathbed. The man, he ain't got but so many months or years to live. Even he's 80 years old. He's in horrible health, honey. He got all this shit, hands falling all apart. That's all from aspirin, honey. High doses of aspirin. Why are you taking such high doses of aspirin, Donald Trump? Could it be associated with the stroke you just had? So what, you leaving your indelible mark on America? We're going to remember you like we remember Hitler. So Russia has attacked Ukraine again. Murderers. Has Donald Trump done anything to affect their war there? He's more with Putin than anybody on the planet. Didn't Putin say he's gonna give him $1 billion to join his little club? Right? Or world leaders? What is it? Got 2 of them? World domination. Crazy ass. He's crazy, and that goddamn Stephen Miller is behind a lot of this violence as well. Anyway, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing, honey? See, it doesn't affect us until it affects us. It'll be in your town soon. And when we see people getting cracked in the head with these metal things they're carrying around or shot in the face, then it hit home what's actually going on in this country. You would think if you just murdered 2 people, if the news around this country has been you just murdered 2 people, none of them went to jail, none of them has been arrested. They just kill people, and it's okay. Move them to another state, on to the next one, so you can go and kill somebody there. All democratic states, they're his enemies. Hi, Tiffany Jones. Angie, baby. It is so scary. It is, honey. We've been protesting that. San Francisco, we always protest, but they've been protesting the last 2 weeks about these deaths, but it didn't seem to affect Trump at all. He's, I'm going to type things down a little. But I wish they'd take that word little out of their mouth. You need to remove those people from their state, period. How many of you already deported? How many families have you broken up, right? How many people are running businesses now with no employees? How much more destruction do you have to cause, honey? Crazy ass. And we just don't respect immigrants at all. Immigrants does a lot of work in this country, right? A lot of their jobs are service jobs, honey. And we're going to hurt without them. I don't know. They didn't become bad until Donald Trump came off his golden escalator after he had been using them for 30 years in his hotels and in his apartment buildings. Well, you think the white people was out there cleaning his floors? He threw them all under the bus. He said, oh, the people in the Midwest, oh, the bigots, they hate you. So let me capitalize on that and I'll run on that. Pitiful. See what's going on here. Shit. He ain't through with California either, honey. He'll have his ass right back over here. Trump snaps as bombshell Epstein. Oh, they getting closer with the Epstein files. I don't know what for what. If they ain't gonna throw his ass in jail, why even bother, honey? Y'all know good and damn well that boy's a child molester. All evidence points to Donald Trump being a child molester, child. And what did they do? Nothing. They impeached him the first time. What did they do? Nothing. What did they do when they impeached him the second time? Nothing. Okay, now he's out of office. So they convict him of 35 felonies. What did they do? Not one day in jail. They take his picture. So why bother with all this other bullshit if you ain't gonna do nothing to him? Right? He already talking about, oh, no one's ever seen anything like this before. Let us see your ass get arrested and put in jail. We have some more history. This is the next phase past Nixon. Shit. What Nixon did wasn't nothing compared. Girl, wasn't even 100th of what this fool gets away with. Absolutely insane. And he's going to try to steal the goddamn election, even though he's already had the presidency twice. They made the mistake of letting him run again. He was already out of office, honey. Right? Running his mouth about how everybody cheated me. Donald Trump was saying of that shit about, oh, it's got to be fair before he even ran the first time. I remember it. Well, will you be able to hand over the reins if you lose? As long as everything's fair. Everything's fair. Nobody's being cheated. He's the one came up with all this fake news. Fake news, fake news. Yet who creates the fake news? You. Who are you going to arrest next? Anderson Cooper? How are you going to infect them? How many people are being blackmailed right now? Why are you allowing the ones who are, the news that we do get, what deal have you struck with them? Right? It seems like you sued half of them. Correct? Now you're trying to throw the other ones in jail. And they allowed him to do that. Why? Because he fixed the goddamn Supreme Court before he even went in. This was his plan all along. Honey, he's reading off of the book of Putin. That's what he respects. Until the opposite side stands up, we speak out, we will be in this for a while. Oh, Lord. The way this government is set up, I guess there's nothing they can do. They had the 25th Amendment. Oh, no, we can't use the 20. Why not? He's obviously crazy. He's starting wars. He's going to other people's countries and taking their president. You're going to throw him in prison. How come you do shit like that? We got people afraid to drive their goddamn cars. That woman was terrified, right? Because she had been watching the news all month, child, about how they've been killing the other citizens there. Not only the Mexican citizens, they killing white women, right? She was terrified. Thank God the police got there in time. They got to drive her home so these motherfuckers won't kill her. Oh, we saw something shiny. What if she would have raised her phone? They say she called the police. What if when she raised her phone, the two fools in front of her car with a gun pointed at her head? What if they saw something shiny? She's a terrorist. Texas is flipping blue through votes last week. Yeah, I heard about Texas. Not that a local race is that important, but it shows you that the Republicans are going to lose big time. They were going to do that anyway, right? But we see, yes, if Texas will flip, any place will flip. The whole country, correct? We need to have jointly to flip on Donald Trump at the same time. Republicans and Democrats need to agree. This is the worst thing that's happened to America since it's been America. The very worst. Immigrant wife and his parents. Texas is flipping blue until the opposite side stand up. It's going to take the people, I think. Minnesota, shit, that's a lot to say. Well, honey, you below zero and still out there marching, right? And they haven't changed nothing. They could have blew that woman's head off just by her being on her phone. What would they want her to stop for? They're going to drag her out of her car. They kept telling her and screaming at her to get out the car, get out the car. Child wouldn't get out of the goddamn car either. If I'm going to die, if I die tonight, right? What they going to do? Pull out the car and pat her down? I don't think so. Obviously, the local police and them damn federal thugs are not in agreement, or the police officer wouldn't have been able to come out there and take her home. Does they have to escort all of their citizens home? Is that what it is? You got to use your police department to fight against the federal government? Is that what's going to be the fight next? Trump don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's stupid. He don't know about no goddamn military. They act like they're in a war. And he making all the damn decisions. Fucking coward. They wouldn't even go to the goddamn service. He said all the people went to the service. They were all suckers and losers. You give somebody like that power and he wants to dominate the whole goddamn world. What's going on? All these tariffs. Anybody paying it? Heartbreaking. And these people did all this just because of their fucking bigotry and prejudice. That's all. I mean, what else did he run on? All he did was go up on stage and talk about how the immigrants taking over. How it ain't gonna be, it's gonna be all brown. Everybody gonna be brown. They're taking over. That's what he ran on. They all woke, put their black ass back to sleep. Wasn't even ashamed to say that. They said literally that, honey. Anything woke, we're knocking them in their head. Put them back to sleep. Hi, Kid Hills moderator. Thank you for coming in. Let me get wife and his parents word too. Yeah, we got to care about people more. I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. Right? It amazes me that people still support this Donald Trump, who's only half a man at this point. He can barely even speak. He can't even hold a goddamn. Every time he comes try to talk, you got to listen to an airplane, a helicopter, or some shit. Huh? What did you say? Oh yeah. You're from the New York Times. You're failing New York Times. Everybody's failing, right? Just like he's on a TV show. Can barely even hold a conversation, child. And just giving out orders every day. He done got rid of all the competent people in the White House. They're all gone, honey. Now he got nothing but his sycophants, I think is the word. His sycophants, right? All of his idiots come in there, all just ass kissers. They say that boy, what's his name? Lucknick. Probably Trump has something on him because he's coming up. Now he's all up in the Epstein files. He said he had nothing to do with him. He said he only met the man one time and the man lived next door to him, right? That's what he said. Now they got all kind of evidence that no, honey, you were going to the parties. You want the best parties, right? So what does Trump got on you? How is he controlling you? Because he has to control everybody in that goddamn White House. So is Trump above blackmail? What do you think? He'll make all this goddamn all this hoopla about the goddamn midterm, and he ain't even running for president because he knows that when he loses the midterm, they're going to have some power in the Congress and they're going to impeach his ass again. Although I don't know what difference it makes. Is it 3 times the charm? impeach his ass again, and they're gonna start investigating and where all this money is being funneled to, since everything's about money. They've been ripping us off. They're ripping us off. They've been ripping us off for years. So what is your interest in all this money, Donald Trump? Sure, you don't give a fuck about America. You don't want to even have health care, honey. If I have a stroke right now, take your ass over there and die somewhere and go in the corner and die. Right? What the fuck you need all this money for? Am, how you doing, Bertha? Bertha Bonds. All right, Bertha Bonds. Minnesota is trying to have a law says ICE have to wear a body cam. They'll find a way around that as well, honey. Yeah, the cameras is the only thing. We wouldn't even know nothing about them pulling that woman over on the freeway. We wouldn't know nothing about that, honey, if somebody wasn't filming it. That's probably what pissed them off, because they was being filmed. If you ain't doing nothing illegal and immoral, why do you care about being filmed? So they're trying to get the law passed. By the time they get the law passed, they've been moved over to the next city. I saw yesterday they brought up the name Ohio, because Trump can't keep his damn mouth shut, right? He got to be in front of the camera every goddamn day. Go ahead and get started, Ohio. Hey, Tim, you seen the news? What's the news now? Oh, Lord have mercy. What happened now, Crystal? I haven't seen it in the last, since he got in office. It's been every 15 minutes. You got to check the news. Let's check it again. Let's see what's happening. Local news, federal news. Trump visibly panics, press conference over Epstein. Okay, so they're all back on Epstein files. Let me see. The news. Let me see which news. Can you tell me what happened in the news? Chuck Schumer. Nobody likes Chuck. He's not strong enough. Chuck, he's got to be in his 80s too. All these people are too damn old, honey. All I see is Donald Trump on everybody's channel, all the ones who cover him. Let me see. History. Do you mean local news? Yeah, I usually got to catch up on everything and then come on. Podcast news. Devastating and heartbreaking Epstein survivor slams DOJ. Yeah, they got people coming. You know what? Maybe I'm saying this is going to be controversial, but I don't like all this talk they have about we got to protect the victims. We got to protect the victims. Honey, this is national history. I think the victims should just come forward. Don't worry about you. You're a victim. Somebody did something to you when you were a little girl. Tell us, and tell us who did it. Use names and faces. Why has everything got to be redacted? They say to protect the victims. They don't give a goddamn about no fucking victims. They don't care about no victims. They've already proven that to you. They care about protecting all these goddamn people who are attracted to little girls and had access to them through Epstein. And he was the biggest pedophile in history, U.S. history. Y'all can't find nobody guilty? Nobody? Trump name come up thousands and thousands and thousands of times, right? So he got all these little naked girls running around every goddamn where child, all through the parties and all that kind of stuff. And what Donald Trump sitting on the side? Oh no, I never. I mean, you must check the IDs. They must be 21. They must, right? Yeah, you his best friend. You invited to every party, really? What would you be doing there? You taking the ticket at the door? I mean, what the fuck you doing there? I don't think it takes no rocket science to figure out Donald Trump's a child molester child. They need to just start calling it out. Calling out and stop all this bullshit about how you're so concerned with the victims. You're not. You scared them to death. They're scared to come forward. God only knows how you've done that. They said one of them said that Trump told the little girl that he have her family killed. Well, little girls, they'll believe shit like that. They wanted to protect their family, but they're grown women now. Come on, tell it all. Make history. Be a hero. You're all heroes. You got the information. And even then, what they're going to do to Trump then? He going to get them all? Lakita. Hi, Lakita 75. Good evening. Who was saying something was going on in the current news? I don't know. Civil War comments. Hey, Jaded Heart. How you doing? How are you? Uh-huh. All right. So we got a haircut today, and then we got our toes done. Do y'all get, I know women get their toes done. I just started doing that last year. Pedicure. Oh, I love it so much. I can just fall asleep in the chair. And now I got to get on to the gym. So just want to say that y'all check out that on Joe Scarborough and see what the hell is going on in Minnesota. This is our country. We're just as American as Donald Trump, right? We are Americans as well. It's our country. And for us, it's got blood on it. Later, people.